Welcome back into Game Fanatics to our continuing Let's Play of Caribbean Legend. To start things off, we're going to go over the comment section from the last video. So let's see here. Considered smuggled, dispose powder and weapons in some colonies. Okay. So yeah, weapons at certain colonies, you can sell them, but they are almost always considered plundered goods because, well, you can constantly taking them off of other ships. And so you'd have to launder the items in order to get full price for them. You can sell them in places like Bridgetown and Maracaibo. But yeah, you'd want to launder them first, and by that, you'd put them in your warehouse, go back out to the ocean, come back, grab them from the warehouse that launders them. It's where you can then get full price for the items when selling them. Let me see here. Yep, sometimes when the game says come the next day, it means at least 24 hours later. We did kind of figure that out. That's why when I went back to the governor's mansion, saved, and then just rested in the spot for a couple hours, it was to try and hit that 24-hour mark in order to get the cutscene to proc. Let's see here. Alright, so last episode I did have some confusion with the purses. In the past, I always just opened purses automatically. I never looked at them. So the fact that they're tagged as a quest item is kind of weird to me. It does mean that you can't just put them in chests, which, understandable, they want you to open them to get the doubloons out. So they're treated separately than like chests of doubloons that you get, where you can keep the doubloons in the chest and put them in your chest on your ship. Purses, they want you to open them, get the loose doubloons out, and then you can store them in the chest. I assume that's the only reason why they are intentionally marked as quest items when given to you, compared to any other item in the game, basically, that's given to you that is not actually a quest item, is to force that mechanic of them. Apparently, Williamstad is the trade capital of the Caribbean, so they buy almost everything for the best prices. Good to know. Good to know. And as far as the docking issue, it's either a space issue or it is certain sections of the quest line will stop you from being able to dock, so that way you can't hide one of those special ships in order to get more than one of them. So like if I had the Mirage and I docked it and then went and turned in the quest with a different ship, it prevents the mechanic of functioning that way, so I could end up with multiple of them. So as far as like what's going on here in the logbook, if I go to ships stored, I only have 2 ships stored here right now. Now what it's been explained to me is that I can have up to 3, or I should be able to have up to 3 here. But if we still can't, then we'll go somewhere else to store. Let me go check with Harbor Master.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, so no dock space available, even though I only have the 2 ships stored here. I honestly had forgotten that I have a Corvette just sitting here. I'm gonna need to get some more navigators with the Capt'n perk so I can actually start making use of my starting to stockpile of ships. I don't recall if I've checked the shops yet today, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Also, I need to minimize. There we go. To bring up my recording screen so I could see how long the recording's going for. Okay, so side job. So we were told to wait a week, so we've got 3 more days left to go. Or a little less than 3. So I do want to start making my way back there. But one of the places we can store our ship is Antigua. We can do that.
We got company, Captain.
That's fine. It's Dutch. Oh, I didn't mean to actually moor there, though. We're gonna dock the Lady Beth here.
It's our responsibility to be on guard.
Anybody got a treasure map? No?
We're always happy to serve our customers, especially the ones. I'm all ears.
No dock space available. Huh. Oh, wait. While we can.
We got into such a terrible storm the other day.
Beautiful. What's max on this ship again? 135. So we're close to max on the Lady Beth now. Actually, I have better sailors on it too. Better gunners. I don't see any of their ships here, so why can I not store... Hey, 224.
Nadar, come a little closer.
You'll find everything.
So yeah, this must not be because of storage space, but because of the mechanic of the Dutch Gambit. It does not want me to stash a ship right now, so that I can't abuse the mechanic. Even though the Lady Beth is what I'm trying to stash and not the Mayfang, because... I think it's because it's not technically my ship yet, that it doesn't want me stashing any ships now. So we're gonna have to just leave it be for now. So what I did was I went to Antigua and used my very nice spyglass to jump across the island to get away from the Spanish ships that were following me. Early on, that's much harder to do. Stop here real quick. Wait a second. Rats are spoiling my goods? That shouldn't happen unless it's happening on the Lady Beth, because I'm not the captain of that ship. Is that what's happening? Because I can't, Or is it? Yeah, because I have Rat Wolf. On this character's ship, cargo damage from rats and other pests is prevented. So the Lady Beth is getting some damage to cargo because it's not my ship. Interesting. There we go. Oh, I forget that.
Refreshing beverages.
Nobody upstairs again. Treasure map. $16 gun paper. I've got enough gun paper to where I can start putting paper cartridges on my other guys again. Alright, we've waited our week. We're just past it now.
You want to find the cuisine better.
I must feel like the quest line's preventing me from spawning treasure maps. I don't know if I've ever gone this many taverns without seeing one. Hell, even when I can't actually get one, I've gotten one before. Alright. Arr.
It's our responsibility to be on guard. Welcome, by the way, you were going.
Yeah,
Quit distracting
I need to
me
talk
from
to
my
you.
work.
Alright, it's been another week.
You've got a brilliant career ahead of you, Captain.
Get my water. Ah, here you are. Good to see you. I have another mission for you, just as promised. I'm listening. Let me tell you a story. It will help you understand how delicate your next task is. A few months ago, a flute sailing under the English flag en route to Williamstad was attacked by the late Jacob van Berg. He took the ship, Jacob mentioned this in his log, and scuttled it not far from an island, not on any of our maps. Only 2 of the passengers on the flute survived. That's not true. A Jew named Solomon Schnur and his daughter Abigail, unless they ended up on the island from the flute, all the other passengers perished, including the rest of their family. Our 2 Jews reached the island by floating on some wreckage. Okay. Solomon even managed to drag a chest filled with family gold with him. Very thrifty of him. I'm sorry, but how was that able to float to the island? Another character in our story, Richard Fleetwood, was sailing nearby and heard the sounds of fighting. He arrived too late to catch Van Berg, and the Mirage fled. Fleetwood decided to check the island for any survivors. He saved Solomon and Abigail from certain death on the... Stop headbutting my monitor. Unfortunately for the old Jew, Solomon does not have a sailor's eye. He mistook Richard's Valkyrie for Jacob's Mirage. And terrified the pirate was returning to finish the job, stashed his gold somewhere on the island. As a result, he and his daughter arrived here without a penny, dropped off by Fleetwood at Blanca Lagoon near Williamstad, their original destination. Solomon told me this story. The Dutch Republic supports the free practice of religion. As a part of that policy, the company supports the Jewish community here, and therefore I made sure to have a roof over their heads and things to eat and wear. I visited their place a lot. Abigail is a remarkable young woman, sincere and trusting. I won't lie to you, Captain. I want her and I intend to make her my wife. She loves me in return, but something has come between us. Her father not too enthused about a goy son-in-law? Ha! Old Solomon would be in seventh heaven if I married Abigail. Uncircumcised son-in-law or not. As a matter of fact, he urges her to accept my proposal. No, this is something that goes beyond Jew or Gentile. I ask you, my boy, to solve this problem for me. Talk to Abigail and find out what is wrong. You are a stranger. She might tell you things she would never reveal to familiar people because of her charming modesty. Schneur's house is located to the right of the company's office. If you stand with your back to it, I know that you are a smooth talker. So if I stand with my back to the company's office, it's to the right. I know that you are a smooth talker. But remember one thing, Richard Fleetwood was the true captain of the ghost ship. Keep it in mind while talking to Abigail. Really? Interesting. So they're still hiding from them that Van Berg is the one who sank their ship. Of course I remember that. Isn't that the unofficially recognized fact after all? I won't waste any time then. I'll go pay your beloved a visit at once. I've never played Matchmaker before, but let's give it a try. Come on, I've done enough visual novels. I can do this. Alright, so to the right. So this house? Or the one past it? Oh, it is this one. Why does this model look odd compared to most others? Here she is. Let's go ahead and save before this dialogue. Yes, I'm in a room.
I hope you don't bring bad news for me.
Ah, voice acted. Good day. What brings you to our home? Good day, Abigail. My name is Charles Demure. I am Captain serving the interests of the Republic and the Dutch West India Company. I'm honored to meet you, Captain. I've heard all sorts of stories about you from other ladies in town. You are a man who captured the pirate ghost ship and brought it as a prize to Williamstad. Tell me, Captain, is it true that this ship was under command of Richard Fleetwood? Well, this ain't good that she's already questioning it. Everything you heard is true. I was shocked as anyone to discover the truth. It's a scandal. A naval officer of the English Commonwealth plundering merchants of his own nation like a common pirate. That scoundrel tried to cloak his dastardly deeds by pretending to be a renegade ghost ship under the backing of the Dutch West India Company. He used this cover to blame the company and to attack Dutch ships as well. My head is spinning. It's hard to hear such horrible things, Captain. I knew Richard Fleetwood personally. I'd never have thought that he... Madame, I have been informed by my patron, Lucas Rodenberg, about your voyage to Krakow from Recife. Now, it is clear. Fleetwood sank your ship and then returned to save you and your father from being marooned on that lost island. I read the pirate's journal myself. He recorded every detail in his logbook. An odd thing to record, if it were true. What a nightmare. It seems my papa was right after all. He kept telling me that Richard was the pirate behind all of our misfortunes. I suppose I should be glad the truth has come out. I'm sorry, Captain. It's just so much for my poor head to take in. What could a man as important as you want with a common girl like me? Abigail, I'm here because of a very complicated and delicate matter. Will you listen to me? Of course, I'm all ears. As I have said, I serve the company. Lucas Ronberg is not only my military commander, but also a good friend. How about that? He sent me to you with a message. It would bring him the greatest happiness if he were to accept his proposal of marriage. I'm here to ask you to marry my patron. He is ready to do anything in the world for your happiness. Oh, Captain, I see now why Ronberg wasn't ready to do it himself. My poor papa would be overjoyed, but Madame, I can see that something is troubling you. Do you doubt his sincerity? Perhaps I could help you reconsider. Oh no, Captain. I have no doubts about Ronberg's sincerity. Lucas has done so much for me and my papa. I don't know what would happen if he were looking out for us, but please, you must understand my position. My family are no Rothschilds, but we've never been poor. Schnur family is well known among the banking houses of Europe for our fortune. But now this dreadful pirate has ruined us. I can't abide this nasty gossip that I know goes on behind our backs, not any longer. Every chattering housewife and servant girl in this town thinks that I'm only after Ronberg for his money. How much like Jews, they say? The cruel wretches. If only my father remembered the location of the island. He stashed what remains of our family fortune there to save it from the hands of those wicked pirates who murdered my sisters and my brother. But my poor father is no sailor. He simply can't remember where that island and our family's money are. Please talk to my father, Captain. Maybe he can recall something that could be useful to your seasoned senses. Please find that island and our fortune. You will have saved this poor girl from shame and ignominy. Very well, Abigail. I will speak with your father. Have faith, girl. I will do what I can. Thank you. I will pray for you night and day. May the God of our fathers be with you. Farewell, Abigail. I'll return with good news. I swear. That was a lot of dialogue. How tiresome. It's always about money. Is always this way. Need to remember where the island is. Sadly, yes, it's always about money. I don't know if you guys want to hear me rant about the whole system of using currency rather than bartering, but yeah.
Am I getting something out of this? Or did I miss something?
What do you want from this old Jew, young man? Solomon, I need you to think carefully and remember the Lost Islands where you were shipwrecked. You hid a stash there. I've spoken with your daughter. My boss, Roddenberg, has given me carte blanche to act in the best interests of your family. As I see it, the most important thing for you right now is recovering your family's capital, and you won't get a whiff of that gold without my help. Couldn't I just give them some money? Why can't that be the easy solution? And what do you want from me? Do I look like a man who knows anything? How could I know that on such a godforsaken day there would be a plot of land with goods and gold free for the taking out there? Imagine how all the Gentiles out there walking the streets want to outwit a Jew like me and take my money. There is an island, not a single man there except Abby and me. Not a single one, not one at all. There was a grotto in the middle of it. I put my chest there to save it from the pirate. A chest filled with gold. I schlepped all the way from the old country. Everything I had earned through the sweat of my brow is there. Plus my grandfather's skull. Trust me, that thing saved us. Yes, yes. It is an ancient talisman loaded with magic. God save us from Amalek. Oy vey. It is difficult to start over in this age of the Gentiles. I wish you knew, young man. Oh, I wish you knew. What on earth are you blabbering about, you lunatic? Who cares? I'll deal with it myself. My character kind of lost his cool there. Like, I just lost it on her father. Trying to play matchmaker and I just like, fuck off, buddy. You're useless. Wait, there's no logbook update?
Am I getting something out of this? Or did I miss something?
Maybe I have to talk to Abigail again? How useless her dad is?
I hope you don't bring
No.
bad news for me.
Alright. So we're gonna have to find the island. So... from what I understand, it's somewhere around here. I don't know exactly where, I just know it's somewhere around here. Oh, here we go. Maybe this has to do with it. Good day, sir. I am Dr. Merriman. Do I have the pleasure of addressing Captain Charles? Aye, that's me. How the devil do you know my name? I don't recall meeting you before.
I've got a proposition for you, Captain.
Your affairs are not as private as you may believe, Captain. But don't be alarmed. I have a proposition for you. I'm a man of science, a natural philosopher of sorts, studying the fascinating culture of the Indian pagans of the Spanish Main and the West Indies. Would you be so kind as to walk with me to my house and discuss the potentially very profitable details in my sitting room? You have my curiosity and my attention. Lead the way. You will not refuse this, sir. My house is not far. Follow me. I assume this is part of that quest. I would have laughed if he walked in that door and be like, damn, you're right, you're not far. If I press R, will he walk any faster? Yes, beautiful. There we go. What do you mean your house wasn't far? It was almost all the way across town. Oh, where'd he go? Upstairs?
I've got a proposition for you, Captain, which would be widely ill-advised not to accept.
We can talk here without fear of prying ears. You have recently visited my neighbor, Solomon Schnurr. I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly. Feel free to correct my pronunciation. I just guess. I was just passing by, and you must forgive me. Captain accidentally overheard some details of your conversation with Solomon. It was all so fascinating that I had to listen to the whole thing. Yeah, he was eavesdropping. An eavesdropper who's afraid of other eavesdroppers, eh? Now, Captain, it's not like that at all. Solomon is my neighbor and he often visits me. We're good friends despite our religious differences. I know about his misadventures, just like everyone else in Williamstad. Solomon proclaimed his troubles to anyone who would listen, morning, noon, and night. But enough about that. The old Jew must have already told you about an old jade skull, which is stashed along with his gold on the unknown island. Did he tell you about it? He wants me to give him the skull instead. Huh. He told me about the skull, but he didn't mention it was made of jade. He also said it was his grandfather's skull. To tell the truth, I thought it was either some horror, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that word, or the old coot had some bats in the belfry. No, Captain, Solomon is quite sane, just eccentric. The skull does exist. It is an ancient Indian treasure, the jade skull of Yum Samil. I have no idea how the old Jew got his talons on it. I have been searching for it for half my life. Find that island was Solomon stashed his family fortune. The skull must be in that chest. Deliver the jade skull to me and I will pay you 500,000 pesos. Why did I say 500,000? That's hardly worth my time. I gotta reread this in character. Deliver that jade skull to me and I will pay you 500,000 pesos. 500,000? That's hardly worth my time. Wait a minute, did you just say 500,000 pieces of 8? Are you kidding me? I've never seen that much money together in one place in my life. Meanwhile, I have 3 million pesos. You're still a young man, Captain, so are you in? You give me the jade skull and I will give you 500,000 pieces of 8 in return. Deal? Ah, a fortune for an old skull? Of course I'm in. Honestly, I wouldn't do this. I would give it back to Solomon. Splendid. It's always a pleasure to work with a man who understands profit. If you can find me here in my house if you need me further. Good luck. All right, now we get the logbook entry. Use action menu inside your cabin. I met a Portuguese man named Merriman who invited me into his home for a conversation. He knows about Solomon's catch and promised to pay me 500,000 pesos for a jade skull. It seems Solomon hid his treasure on the island, the location of which I learned from Fleetwood and Embark's book. I should return to my cabin and use my navigation instruments to pinpoint the island. And so in order to do that, because that's not something typically you can use in the game, they included in the logbook, use action menu inside your cabin in order to use the navigation instruments to pinpoint the island. And the reason for that is, where is the logs? So Van Berg had it at, all he remembers he was sailing at latitude 12 degrees by 48. 12 lat, 48 long. And he was longitude 64 degrees, 41 latitude. So both of them have different, but if we can map them, we can triangulate roughly where the island might be. I think that's the idea behind it, why they each give different longitude and latitudes. Before we head out, I have no sails or planks on this ship. Actually, I get to keep this one, right? I'll get to keep the ship so I can load it up.
My store is at your service.
I gotta remember to buy. How do I go to the buy from here? Enter? Okay. Angie, I swear, I'm trying. How's the other ship doing, Lady Beth? Lady Beth, I'm pretty sure has some. Might as well check real quick.
I've got the best products around.
Yeah, Lady Beth's good.
Ensuring the safety of the town is a serious task.
Alright. So, before we use our navigation tools and find the island, this is where we're leaving off for today. I've got to start getting ready for work. Got to make sure I can get the video edited and uploaded for today. I don't know how work is going to be. Tomorrow's a holiday, and the day after that is Black Friday. I'm going to make a post about it so that everybody that follows the channel can learn about this, but I've got a general idea of what it's going to look like on my channel for the next month. This next month is busy season at work. I am a mailman. Our station manager told us that we are estimated to get over 7 million pieces of mail and packages over the next month, basically. So there's going to be quite a few days where I'm working a lot more hours than I normally do, which could result in the occasional missed episode. I'm going to be doing my best with this series to still upload every single day. The result might be that I'll have to do occasionally 2 or 3 episodes recorded on a day off to ensure that I'm okay to make it through that week. Obviously, that will have an effect on my response time to comments and information that you guys provide to me. It's not optimal for me. Obviously, because I'm still learning. You guys are doing a fantastic job of teaching me how to get better at this game literally every day, and I appreciate it so freaking much, guys. I really do. But it's the reality of my job. But yeah, I'll make a post about explaining in detail what my plan is for the next month. Once we get to January, my time frees back up quite a bit, and at that point is when I'm going to be starting to work on more detailed edited guides and tutorials for this game. But obviously I want to continue to learn as much as possible until then, and then we'll start working on putting those together along with the community. Obviously I'll look for your guys' feedback on any information that I provide. The idea is that I'm making these videos so that more people, when they find the game, they'll have that information readily available to help them and make more people willing to pick up and learn this game, because it's got a steep learning curve. Nothing too crazy, but your average gamer is likely to not play the game because of the difficulties within the game, of it being more of an old school RPG style game. But yeah, so I am going to leave it here for now, guys. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow.